Who am I? I'm an author, a teacher, a psalmist, a visionary. I approach the world with the eyes of an artist, the ears of a musician, the heart of a psalmist, and the soul of a writer. I see rainbows where others see only rain, and possibilities where others only see problems. I love spring flowers, a summer breeze, the beauty of the leaves as they fall, and snowflakes gently falling on my face. Who am I? I'm a woman of worth. Who am I? I am a woman who sees the hand of God in the smallest of creatures, and I hear the voice of God in the still of the night. Classical music, eclectic art, and horseback riding are sources of my inspiration, as well as jazz, a crackling fireplace, and old movies. I love to write, as words flow easily from my fingertips, as my heart beats rapidly with the excitement as an idea becomes a reality on the paper in front of me. And I use all of these elements to encourage myself and everyone around me. Who am I? I'm a woman of worth. You ask, who am I? I am a learner and a seeker of knowledge, and I take those with the desire to learn along on my journey. I smile often, I laugh easily, and I weep at pain and cruelty. I love what I do, and by the grace of God, I'm good at it. I've learned to dream through reading, learned to create dreams through writing, and learned to develop dreamers through teaching. I shall always be a dreamer and a woman after God's own heart. Who am I? I am a woman of worth, and I love the skin I'm in. There are times in life when we need an exchange. We all need to change or exchange something or someone. What is most important is who we exchange with. My exchange. Hi, I'm Dr. Jackie Hadnot, and welcome to The Exchange. Today I want to talk with you about a subject that has really been laid on my heart because of all of the chaos, the confusion, the trauma that our nation has been suffering. And I use that word suffering because that's how I feel about it. We are suffering because of lack of self-control. I don't care where you look, how you look, when you look, lack of self-control. Just look at the media. People are angry about having to wear a mask, so they're turning over displays in the stores. They're arguing with people. They're cursing out people. They're fighting with folks, all because of a mask. One simple little mask that you put on your face to protect yourself and protect your loved ones. And imagine having to wear a mask just to protect yourself, and you're angry about it because you think someone's taken away your civil rights. It's a mask. Get over it. But it's deeper than the mask, people. It's a lack of self-control. There's something deeply on the inside of people that's keeping them from moving past, why do I have to wear a mask? You can't tell me what to do. It's a lack of self-control. And if you look at the Bible, look at what it says in Galatians. And we're going to talk about self-control. So go to Galatians chapter 5, and we're going to look at verse 22. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, patience, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. Do you ever ask yourself why self-control is the last one? The Bible tells us that the last shall be first. And so, of all of the fruit of the Spirit, self-control is last. So that's the one you need to work on first. Because without self-control, there's no love. Without self-control, there's no joy. Without self-control, there's no peace nor patience. Without self-control, what do we have? We literally have a hot mess. And in this country, we've got a hot mess. In our government, you see a lack of self-control because they argue among themselves about how to govern this country. They argue among themselves about releasing funds to help families that are in need, releasing funds that are to help small businesses stay afloat and thrive, not just stay afloat, but to thrive. So they fight among themselves, and they put the nation in the middle. So here we are in the middle of them fighting, Democrats, Republicans, and they say, well, we want a bipartisan this and we want a bipartisan that. I'm not here to talk about politics or even debate politics. What I'm saying to you is even they need self-control. So going beyond the head, which is our government, with no self-control, let's get back to the people. So here we are with people angry about masks, angry about the political system, angry about voting, angry about fraud, angry, and showing no self-control. People getting up in each other's face, spitting on each other. No self-control. People getting in each other's face and somebody else saying, well, I'm sick of you in my face, and bam, bust them upside the head. No self-control. The Bible tells us that we need self-control. If we're going to have love for each other, we got to control our temper. If you can't control your temper, how are you going to tell me about my temper? If you can't control your anger, your confusion, your household, how are you going to tell me how to run my household? How are you going to tell me how to govern my business when everything in your life is in a complete shambles because we see it openly in the public eye? Love, joy, self-control, kindness. Where is the kindness in this nation? When you look at every one of the fruit of the Spirit, and it does not say fruits, it says fruit of the Spirit, love. How can I tell you that I love you when I'm persecuting you, talking about you, walking it? Where's love and when there's racism? How can you sit in church every Sunday and say you love your brother, but you hate him, you hate the other one because of the color? So where is the love? There's no self-control. When you talk about joy, where's your joy when you're constantly fighting, you're constantly bickering, you're constantly complaining and murmuring about every little thing that goes on in this nation? If you want to see change, be the change. If you want the nation to change, you be the change. If you want to see something happen in this nation that's going to literally revolutionize what's happening in our system, you be that change. And then next it says, peace. Where is the peace of God that surpasses all understanding? Where is the peace of God that's going to allow this nation to heal? We need peace in our homes. We need peace in our businesses. We need peace in our government so that we can heal as a nation. Racism has always been here. It's just within the last 4 years, racism became such a prevalent thing because it was openly, it was not like it was taught, but it was openly welcomed in this nation. And not speaking against it means either you're for it or you're against it. There is no middle ground. Either you are or you are not. And I'm not talking about white people being racist against blacks and blacks against whites. I'm talking about black on black on black on black racism. I'm talking about whites hating Native Americans. And there was an article out there that someone said one Native American became one of the politicians in that state. And someone had the audacity to ask if he was legally here. First of all, they were here before Caucasians. They were here before African Americans. They were the first people here. So how can you question their citizenship when they were here first? Where is the peace? Where is the love? Where is the patience to help each other get through this pandemic? Where is the patience to help your brothers and your sisters, the people that are the least of these? Where's your patience to help the homeless? You drive by them and you look past them and you look down on them and turn up your nose at them. Where are the families that are hurting? Where are the senior citizens? Where's the help? The people that are in the hospitals by themselves that are literally dying from COVID, and you want to call it fake news and people want to call it this and call it that. We need self-control in these areas so that we can be the change that this nation needs. We can be the healing factors that this nation needs. We can be the ambassadors for Christ. We can be the ambassadors that set the tone for the changing of this nation, that sets the tone for doing all that we are called to do in this season. And where is the goodness? Where's the goodness that we need as a nation? We need some goodness in this nation. We need some goodness to be spread abroad all across where we got laughter. I was in Big Lots yesterday, and I got all dressed up, you know, my little version of dressing up. But I got dressed up, and I only went to Big Lots. And I'm walking in Big Lots, and they're playing the Christmas music, and I'm just dancing, and I'm having a good time. And one of the ladies behind me, they just started dancing, and they giggled. And I said, you know what? I am so free. I said, this time last year, I didn't enjoy Christmas because I was fighting for my very life. I was fighting cancer. And I didn't even know if I would live to see another Christmas. And I said, this Christmas, I'm here. I'm full of joy. And they laughed and danced, and we celebrated with each other. We weren't looking at the color of our skin. They were Caucasian, and I'm African American. We were celebrating life. Life has no color. We were celebrating joy. Joy has no color. We were celebrating, you know, the laughter that we had. And then I'm going down the aisle, and I met another lady, and we talked, and we celebrated. And we celebrated life. Even in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of having to wear a mask, in the midst of everything that's going on, we were celebrating life. So how do you celebrate life, or do you celebrate life? Do you celebrate it with murmuring and complaining and all of the stuff that goes on in this world, and we just complain about it and do nothing about it? Get out and go to the store and laugh with somebody. Be silly. I'm in the store walking down the aisle just dancing. Now, no, of course, I don't dance all that well, but it wasn't a matter of how well I danced. It was the fact that I danced. It was the fact that I lived 365 days later to see myself dance in the store when last year I couldn't even go to the store because I was on a walker. I celebrated. So do you celebrate the goodness of life? David said, I would have fainted if I did not see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And you've got to have some self-control nowadays because the enemy is waiting to kill, steal, and destroy. Now, where is your faithfulness? Faithfulness to your fellow man, faithfulness to God, faithfulness to your family, faithfulness in any and everything that you do. Where's the faithfulness? See, even before you get to self-control, all these fruits of the fruit of the Spirit, it's mandatory that you find the place in God that moves you to another level and another dimension and even another universe. Where's your self-control? Where is your self-control in the midst of all of it? And where is your gentleness? You know, you could go in the store, and I was walking down the aisle, and there was a lady coming in the opposite direction. She didn't even have on a mask. And I just spoke to her and said, hi, how you doing? Kept right on going. Because I know in her mind, she's waiting on somebody to step to her and say, where's your mask? Well, baby, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's on you. It's not on me. My job, my mandate is for me to wear a mask, stay healthy, and live to see another day. But lack of self-control would have had someone say, you need to put on a mask. Where's your mask? You're endangering people. You're endangering yourself. Well, if she wants to endanger herself, I'm praying for her. That the wisdom, the joy of life, because see, you can't see me smile behind the mask, but you can look in my eyes and see the joy. My self-control said, speak to her. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. No problem. And we keep it moving. Because self-control does not let me condemn you because you don't wear a mask. My self-control says, I'm praying for you, that you would see the goodness of life and want to enjoy life and not wake up tomorrow and they tell you tested positive for COVID because you were in a store full of folks and you don't have a mask on. And somebody else doesn't have a mask, and you touch something and then touch your face. Self-control says, don't go be angry because you ended up with COVID. Don't be angry because someone said something crazy to you. Show your self-control. That's why I believe that the Bible has self-control last, so we can deal with self-control first. Because without self-control, you're going to be headed down the wrong road, the wrong way. Headed down a dead-end road, headed in the wrong direction, and you won't see the joy and the peace that's needed to get you through even this pandemic. You won't have the joy and the peace to get you through the financial difficulties that is being thrown at us daily, not weekly, daily. We need self-control to govern and navigate this life. I firmly believe that when you can govern your life through self-control, when you can govern your life, and even if you look back right now and say, well, Dr. Jackie, I'm angry all the time, and I've been wondering why. Lack of self-control. I've been mad at my family, I've been mad at this, and I've been mad at that. Lack of self-control. Because you can't look at other people first. Look at you first. Look at what you're doing. Or look at what you're not doing. Lack of self-control oftentimes keeps you from looking at you. You can look to the left, you can look to the right, you can look to the right, you can look to the left, you can look at everything around you, but never look at yourself. Take the time to look in the mirror and say, what have I been doing? Look at this little clock. See this little clock right here? Just a little clock. This thing never stops ticking. Time marches on every single day of our life, 24 hours a day. Time never stops. Don't waste time being mad. Don't waste time being angry. Don't waste time in unforgiveness, because all of these lead to lack of self-control. They will lead you down the road to being murmuring and complaining and having no control over your mouth. See, even lack of self-control over your mouth is a surefire way to keep you from the fullness of. A surefire way to keep you from the joy of. A surefire way keeping you from the peace of. Now, you fill in the of any way you want to. But when you start looking at yourself and your lack of self-control, look at your self-esteem. Is it low? Look at how you look at yourself. Do you feel insecure about you? Inferior when it comes to others? Because those are also roads that can lead to lack of self-control. Controlling the mouth, controlling the eyes, controlling the ears, controlling the life that you live or the lack of. But think about those things in terms of what you're missing in life. Remember this little clock? Time is ticking on. Time is marching on. Oftentimes time is not on our side because living the wrong kind of life, living in the wrong direction, living with no control over your life. Some people feel like they have no control over their lives, and the best part of their lives is passing them by. Don't let life pass you by because you don't have self-control. Take an inventory of your life. Take an inventory of the things that you're missing. Take an inventory of where you thought you would be versus where you are right now. Take a spiritual inventory. You can take a financial inventory. You can take any inventory that's necessary, and you can see where you're missing. Going through cancer allowed me to take a spiritual inventory, a physical inventory, a financial inventory. I took inventory of every area of my life, because when you're sitting in one room, in one chair, pretty much all day, you have plenty of time to think. Take an inventory of your life and see where you can make changes, because self-control will allow you to see yourself. And in seeing yourself, you can do some great things. In seeing yourself, you can move in some great directions. In seeing yourself, you can do all of the things that you have been called to do, because you will begin to make change. You will begin to do things differently. And in seeing the differences in your life, look at where you were in 2019 and see if it's the same place in 2020. Look at where you are in 2020, right here, right now. And then 21, because by the time you see this, it could be 21. But look at where you are and say, how can I make a change? Don't try to change your kids, your husband, or your wife, or your friends. How can I change me? How can I be a better me? How can I stop flying off the handle? How can I stop telling all my business on Facebook? How can I govern my life through self-control? Point blank, period. How can I govern my life? And I live a better life. I live a more prosperous life. I live a more productive life. I live a life full of more joy and peace and kindness and self-control. How can I be full of the goodness of God on this earth while I'm in the land of the living? How can I be that person that God has called me to be? Self-control. How can I listen clearer? Self-control. How can I be more about my Father's business? Self-control. How can I be a better person to my neighbor? Self-control. How can I do what I need to do to be about self-control? It's mandatory. It's necessary. It's a powerful thing when you have self-control and your life is governed by the Spirit of God. Your life is governed by the fruit of the Spirit, not the fruit of the enemy. But your life is governed by the joy of the Lord, which truly is your strength. Your life is governed by goodness and joy and peace and love, kindness. Your life is governed by self-control. When you get that in your spirit, and I pray that you do, you will see a difference in your life. You'll see a difference in the way you walk, in the way you talk, in the way you live, in the way you love. You'll see a difference in everything. You'll even see a difference in the people around you. And the people around you will say, I see a difference in you. That's what matters. That's all that matters. That is the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. That is the peace of God that's going to revolutionize your life, push you to another level, cause you to live dynamically, cause you to live exceptionally, beyond excellence, but exceptionally. We're going to talk about that one day. Going from excellence to exceptional. I mean going from excellence to exceptional. So let's be about exceptional. And let's walk in this self-control that God has given us to live by these 66 books. Self-control. Remember, time is marching on. Time is moving in a direction, and you don't want it to pass you by. Don't let life pass you by. Don't let peace pass you by. Don't let love pass you by. Don't let goodness and kindness pass you by. Let your legacy in life be that I left a legacy of love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, self-control. Let your legacy be those things. Now, I'll be with you again next week, right here on this station, for the exchange. Now you be blessed of the Lord, and I will be with you. I'm Dr. Jackie Hatnot, and I truly, truly approve this message. Remember self-control. That's what we need. And that's how we live. And that is the way. Let's walk in it. Bye for now. Who am I? I'm an author, a teacher, a psalmist, a visionary. I approach the world with the eyes of an artist, the ears of a musician, the heart of a psalmist, and the soul of a writer. I see rainbows where others see only rain, and possibilities where others only see problems. I love spring flowers, a summer breeze, the beauty of the leaves as they fall, and snowflakes gently falling on my face. Who am I? I'm a woman of worth.
So I can love like you.
My Savior, my King. Welcome to Malibu Shea Bath and Body Essentials, your lifestyle destination for all things natural, organic, and vegan. Our bath bombs are totally the bomb. We have activated charcoal products, anti-aging products, all natural and organic and vegan sugar scrubs. Our products are made in small batches to ensure freshness and quality. Stop by Malibu Shea Bath and Body Essentials for all of your bath, body, and home needs, and let us care for you naturally.